Stella comes with an example from Aldi. Talk about leadership, and I love the fact that I've seen her earlier. She's walking actually with the menu in hand. So, thank you very much. I will change the slides, and it's up to you to take us through this.
Thank you, Christina, for having me here. Hello, everybody. So, thank you for joining this session. My name is Styliani Rambanopoulos, but don't mind, you can just say Stella, yeah? And I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about leadership analytics, something completely different, maybe, but maybe also not. Before I start and show you, I have some slides, but they are more decoration, I would like to make it a bit more freestyle. And if we come to the points, I will also show the slides. I would first like to raise a question, are there people who have already worked with us in the past? As a coach or as a trainer or something? No people? Oh, that's interesting. We can start now, right? Yes. Hello, nice to meet you. Maybe when you hear ALDI South, what comes in your mind? Just some keywords.
Better than I know.
Better than I know. I like to hear that. What else? Any other idea? Price quality, yeah. Very important. Speed. Oh, that's a very good one. Okay. But with my university, I just forgot to introduce myself. So I said my name, but I did not say what I'm doing at LD. So I am working as a leadership advisor, a strategic people advisor at REDX. I'm going to show you what REDX is in a minute. And we are, with my team together, we are consulting over 600 leaders in all people-related topics. Typical strategic HR business partnering topics, but also, I'm also a coach and mediator. We are also doing a lot of coachings and team coachings, but also conflict management topics. In parallel, I'm also working as a freelancer, starting actually at the moment, and there is a homepage already out there as an initiative for more humanity in people, in companies. We are at the very beginning, but this is something that I also do. We are currently also undergoing a leadership transformation, and we are in agile transformation currently at REDX. I don't have that with me, and I'm responsible for this part too, but I can draw some relation to it later. So what did I bring with me? I would shortly introduce you RTDX as a company. Then what is our RD management system? I've just said our Bible. I'm not allowed to give it to you, but I can read something out of it. And then I have some tools on performance management, because they are also important when it comes to leadership at RTDX. And then we have a development program for leaders, which is called Step Up to Leadership. And I will give you also an insight on that. I like interactions, so if you have questions in between, feel free to do so. And I love to come into a communication with you. So when we talk about REDX South, we need to also see the history that is behind. We started in 1913 in Essen with a small, the first small shop, you don't say store. And mainly pastries, but some, basic products were there. And after the World War, the two brothers, Theo and Karl, who were born in 1920 and 22, I think, took over the family business and started expanding. And after this expansion, the rest is history. First in Germany, but then in the 60s they decided to separate themselves. So we have an ALDI Quarter in Germany, ALDI North, but we heard ALDI South is better. And exactly. And especially in the last 20 years, we globalized a lot. And that's how we you find us now on the world. This is we are represented in 11 countries with over 7,500 stores and over 200,000 employees. And what is something for the German colleagues is what's really hurting the US is now the biggest market with 2,150 stores, 150 more than Germany. Now, what is IDX? We are the international IT of ID South. So we are based in Mülheim an der Ruhr, and we have, I think, around about 3,500 people providing our countries with IT services, products from a strategic point of view, but also from a maintenance, from an operational point of view. So our purpose is to drive digital value in short, to offer great quality at the lowest price. Someone said it before. And the D represents digitalization, data, and IT and technology. We are doing a lot of stuff in AI. And the X stands for experience, transformation, and value. And the brand has the purpose to also reflect our innovative and efficient approach to reshape our industry. What's also important about IDDX is that we are an integrated part of the ID South Group. We are not a separate company. So, now when it comes to leadership, I have brought the ID management system with me. The ID management system is really our Bible, and some months ago, each country had its own version, also language-wise, but from a content perspective, it was really slightly different. And now, at the beginning of this year, we launched a global one. And we, from an HR perspective, are very thankful for that, because the older one was not that modern, I would say. And this ID management system has a lot to say, and it is really helpful for our work. But I would like to highlight some of the things that are in here. The first of all, of course, we have our purpose here. It's the thing with price and great quality. And then we have our values, which are simplicity, consistency, and responsibility. When it comes to responsibility, I think there we have a uniqueness here. For us, every employee is responsible, and responsibility is delegated already. You are not allowed to take that responsibility back unless there are some, reasons for that. And this is very unique because we currently also undergoing an agile transformation, and it hits us because we see that the practice is a bit far away from that, at least in parts. But our idea is everybody is responsible, and we as leaders are not allowed to take that back. Then we do, like each employee of us has two leaders. I have my direct leader. The direct leader is the one who's for my day-to-day business responsible, developing myself, also doing the yearly apprentice, the yearly dialogues, and anything that I want to have is done by my direct leader. But in case there is a disciplinary measure necessary, positive or negative, I have a personal leader, because we don't want this personal bias. Like, we want this subjective preferences, we want to have a 4-eye level, and every employee has that. And then, and that's the new thing now here, is that we do have 10 operating principles. I'm going to read out one. And we have 5 cultural principles. The good thing is that it's not only the principle, for example, we offer just what our customers need. You also have the principles in practice. How do they look like when we behave like that? For example, in that case, we focus on the essential products in each category. We stock the most commonly purchased products in our core range, with less frequently purchased products offered in our specials and season ranges. Just to give you an idea. And then, when it comes to a cultural one, we are open and transparent, at least we try always. And the principle in practice is we learn. We are not quick to judge. We share mistakes and learn from them, and we operate and act with transparency. The good thing is that we have a long tradition, that we have a lot of leaders that are for many years with us, and they live by that. So even if they don't, we really have a good basis to start reflecting on things. That's the AMS. The good thing is here also that we are delivering it internally. So each new hire is getting an e-learning with the AMS, and then he has a one-to-one with his direct leader. And our director from us, he is having a workshop after half a year in order to really deep dive into the AMS and also raise questions and everything. And then each employee, including leaders, they need to really have yearly workshops on the AMS to refresh their thinking around it. Yeah, when it comes to leadership too, what you see here, as I said, I'm not allowed to show so much, but what you see here is our career framework, our color one. We have a lot of positions. The lower ones are the employee positions, and then the upper ones are the more leadership positions, and you have 3 streams: a project, an expert, and a leadership stream. This is currently changing because of the Agile transformation, and we are heading towards a more role-based approach. Then we have the competency profiles. This is all based on AMS, potential criteria and personas and requirements that are used when it comes to a leadership role. All of these tools, and especially the AMS, are part of an audit, internal audit. So if we see potential in one person, he needs to first go into an audit, and there we assess their leadership skills. It's an external party. Yeah, exactly. And and then he gets a recommendation if he's seen or not, or often in between something, and also a personalized development plan. And since 1.5 years, we established the Step Up to Leadership program that you see here. And before we do have this typical people dialogues, like calibration rounds, and there we identify our talents. And when we identify the talents, then we send them to the audit. The auditor says yes, no, maybe. And then there is a final decision by our leaders, like the group directors. You see the GD update there. The group directors are involved. All of the leaders are involved in that because they also have a task. And what you also see here is they do have a training, starting with module 1, leading yourself. It was very important also to me that every leader understands, even if he's not a leader yet, that self-reflection, self-leadership is, we're not coming into the program that they are self-reflecting, but they need to understand that this is a basic thing to do. Then leading a team, leading individuals, and then we have the Connect is the yearly annual review, and we have feedback and a lot of dialogue loops here. Additionally, we do case studies so that they can exercise and practice leadership, but we have also mentors I'm also a mentor for one, and we have peer exercises so that they are also learning from each other, starting also this networking thing, because we rely on networking. It's really a people business also on our end. And then we have optional measures that they can book, like an external seminar, coaching, and also project responsibility depends on which area they are. This is very individual, the last part. Yes, and that's it actually from my side. And I would be happy now to hear questions.
So the one thing is the set of values that system you described. one thing is the values, you have a set of rules or guidelines or requirements you describe. How does it look in practice when the stress is going on in the shops and the management? What the manager do? Do they have feedback conversation with their employees? How does it look like in practice?
Yes, we have these connect cycles. Which are taking place 4 times a year. But each employee has a weekly show fixed with his manager so that he is able to also address questions and also get support here. I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah. Another question. Yeah.
I am an Aldi fanatic. I love it. I'm in the US.
Yes.
And that's the reason why they've done so well now.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed at the efficiency and speed of employees. Sometimes it gives me tachycardia because they go so fast. What is the driving motivation of them being so efficient and working so well? And I see the managers around, but I don't know what do they meet on a regular basis and say, are they monitored in terms of the speed of checkout? I also love your prices. I mean, I think the whole system is great.
Yeah, the whole system is on speed. Yeah, even us in the IT, we are not on the sales part, but we feel that speed. Yeah. And one of our leaders tended to say, like, speed is king. I said, stop it. It's not king. Sometimes also deceleration is king. But the good thing is that we have these strong values. We have a really good, like in the core, you of course see in the practice differences, but in the core, we are very committed to this company because they do a lot for their employees. And I think that's where it comes from. But with the transformation going on, we also have a lot of disruption and a lot of, also, I would say, attitude change towards a lot of things. And this is something that because we were so, efficiency and speed was not always in all areas our part. Because when I remember back when we created a new software, we needed years for implementing it. Now we are a more agile approach, so we're doing things quicker, even there in that area. And this is a learning process. But we are going it together, and the thing is we have really high qualified people, and it's just fun to exchange with each other. You learn so much every single day.
And just to follow up, retention, is that an issue? Because retail typically, at least in the US, it's astronomical, the amount of retail.
Yeah, I would guess.
Retention is difficult, but I see the same people when I go to them.
Yeah, I would guess for sales it is a topic. For us in the international IT doesn't. Yeah, but for sales for sure. Yeah.
Quick question for your Step Up program that you showed.
Yeah.
I'm curious about how you got the line managers so that if somebody was going through the program, the participants, how did you ensure that their direct line manager had buy-in?
They choose the people, and they are getting invitations from us also, and they have also a stake. One of the part is like you need to give your employees opportunities. Like it's not only having the theory and all these practices, which helps, but you also need to make him visible, to give him opportunities, to give him projects so that he is able to grow also on a day-to-day basis. And this is something like our role, the leadership advisor, has on his plate too, and we are also pushing that into the organization. Yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt a bit. Stella has a full 1-hour workshop only on this topic from 2 to 3. Yes, you do. Stella, see what I'm doing? Of course, I know this program by heart at some point. I know I've seen a lot of hands up. We were hoping that we keep it somehow to 20-25 minutes. Ken's already there, plus there's the workshop panel after that. Would you find your way somehow upstairs at 2 with everyone? Fine? Thank you so much. I can't give you more details. Thank you.